The first contest in Iowa just 9 weeks away. Joe Biden fighting to regain momentum, kicking off an 18-day no malarkey bus tour of the Hawkeye state.
With just 64 days until the Iowa caucus, Democrats are blitzing the state.
They're probably scaring all the customers out.
Former Vice President Joe Biden kicking off an 8-day, 18-county, 800-mile road trip across the state that he's calling, in Biden fashion, the No Malarkey Bus Tour.
If you're a stranger to these here parts, let me tell you that on this channel and on this program, I've been calling former Vice President Uncle Joey handsy grabby Uncle Joey for a while. Well, you may have seen this, but if you haven't, I'm going to show it to you. And I may now be adding a new moniker to the former Vice President. I may now be calling him handsy grabby, handsy nibbling Uncle Joey.
And when they cut to the President of the United States, you call your kids in from the other room.
Now, I know some people have been making fun of this and what have you. Even last night when I was having dinner with my parents. Yes, we're old-fashioned. We have family dinner every Sunday, one weekend at our house, the other weekend at my folks' home. My dad mentioned this. Isn't that weird? Isn't that weird? Well, let me show you what's really weird. It seems like that's getting a little bit more press. You know, he's nibbling. I honestly think there was actually, if it weren't for Uncle Joey, if it was any other person, it might actually be humorous and maybe even endearing. But in light of all the weirdness and possibly very pervy things having to do with Uncle Joey, it actually comes off as creepy. And if you don't believe me that he is the peddler of very creepy things, he even says creepy things. Check this out.
And by the way, you know, I sit on the stand and it get hot. I got hairy legs that turn blonde in the sun. And the kids used to come up and reach in the pool and rub my leg down so it was straight, and then watch the hair come back up again. They look at it. So I learned about roaches. I learned about kids jumping on my lap. And I've loved kids jumping on my lap. And I tell you what.
Okay. So it's already weird that he's talking about his hairy legs, but then he talks about children touching them, and that he goes to talk about roaches, and that he likes it when children are on his lap. Once again, not only is this weird, but coming from Uncle Joey, the handsy grabby one, the handsy nibbly one, it's just wrong. It's just wrong. And that, I think, was one of the worst, if not the strangest, creepiest gaffe he had. And then, if that wasn't enough, when he's talking foreign policy, he starts to make things up, talking about foreign leaders that he doesn't know because he's never even met with.
Training. You're going to have to assume that position the moment they're like sworn in on January the 20th, and know the rest of the world knows that person, in this case me, and that I know them. Putin has no illusions about whether I know him or not. Kim Jong-un has no person that I know him or not. The same with the president of China, Xi Jinping. Spent a lot of time with these folks. They know. They know.
Folks, you can't make this stuff up. The side of his bus says no malarkey.
The No Malarkey Bus Tour.
And then handsy grabby, handsy nibbly, Uncle Joey talks about how he knows Kim Jong-un, a person he has never even met. That right there, folks, is real malarkey. And I just got to show you this because you've got to appreciate that we live in a time where the right, the conservatives, absolutely own the meme world, if you will. And this one is just classic. I mean, this is just funny. Look at this. Joe Biden's exponentially terrible bus tour. No clue, no chance, no coupons. This is the funniest meme I've seen in a while. Here he goes, you know, right to Des Moines. The bus is broken down with little triangles. It says Burisma on the side. What's not to like about Vermont? Obviously, his gaffe about him being in the wrong state last time. He was in New Hampshire and said he was in Vermont, or maybe it was the other way around. And then, of course, him being thrown under the bus by two of the top leaders of the Democrat Party, former President Barry. You know what? Who really doesn't have it? Joey. And then here, kind of Mr. Magooing his way through this, David Axelrod. And then, of course, him sitting there holding a phonograph.